This building holds just north of 80,000, and they have come out in very good numbers today at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, rivals square off in the NFC East, and we've got a great matchup between the Dallas Cowboys and the Washington Commanders. Two men ready to do battle. It's time to dance. And we are underway from FedEx Field. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Wilson going to come out throwing. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were very strong last week in that win over Cleveland.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. These two teams matching up for the 2nd time this year. Their first meeting back in October, week 6, and it was Washington winning on the road, so they're looking to finish off the sweep here at FedEx Field. Meanwhile, Wilson's throw into the hands of McLaurin. 10 yards there, good for a Washington first down.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. They go play action with Wilson. He gets it left side of Johnson. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I know I spent a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
A give up the middle to Gibson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game. And it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9. Now Wilson. That's going to be caught by Samuel. It'll be a gain of just a yard. 3rd and 7 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On 3rd down, Wilson. This is caught. Touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Commanders will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Extra point by Sly is up and good, and it's now a 7-0 game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 22. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Off the play fake, Prescott. Swinging this out for Pollard.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
They run it for the first time with Tony Pollard. And some room to work. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a 1st down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
So it looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. They'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Here's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. And they're knocking on the door now as a good run there are going to take this to about the 10-yard line.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up 1st downs.
Prescott from the gun. And this is going to be intercepted. CD, when he went to throw that, I'm not sure if he just didn't see where the defense was, or whatever the case, not the throw you're looking for on 1st and goal.
Not at all, because, look, let's face it, that close to the goal line, if you throw an interception, is going to hurt on any down. But really, the only down you can kind of live with is if you do it on 4th down. The first 3, if you don't have it wide open, just get rid of it. Make sure they can't get it and live to fight another down. 1st and goal, and you throw the pick, not good at all.
And some room to maneuver. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for. A really good change of pace back.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Wilson. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 24 yards the gain there. Another 1st down as well.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Off the play fake, here's Wilson. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. That winds up pushing him back 11 yards on the sack. And that'll bring up 3rd.
Here we go.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here. After 1st and 2nd down went backwards, it's 3rd and very long. Wilson. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Cowboys are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Well, nearly another interception there. That would have been 2 drives in a row with a pick. He's got to start taking care of the ball way better than what we're seeing. Interestingly,
that throw was probably worse than the one he threw the interception on last drive, but fell incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. A nice little gain. 46 yards rushing forward now to this point. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing. Because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Well, after an interception, last thing you want to do is go 3 and out, give the ball right back. They avoided that.
Yeah, you definitely do not want to do that. I remember in college I played with a really big-time player on defense. We ended up getting an interception as we passed the offense coming out. He told him, if you don't take care of this football, you have to answer to me later. You definitely want to take care of it and pick up 1st downs.
So he's 3 for 7 throwing the football right now. Not an awful start, but also not the sharpest of starts.
No, I would agree with that. But if you're a confident quarterback and to play that position, you have to be. You just act like there's something wrong with the wind currents or something wrong with the ball.
It is not you. Keep throwing. That timing usually develops.
And they're going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 39. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this 1st half of action. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. On play action, Prescott. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chase Young racking up sack number 12 for him on the year.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
They'll need a big play here. Will Dak and the Cowboys after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part to get on the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. He'll field this at the 5. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they may be content to take this 7-0 lead into the locker room. We'll see. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he fires one incomplete.
Really good coverage all over the field. It took away his intended read and almost dared him to try for his guy out of the backfield. No surprise on that one. It doesn't connect.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Slings this deep for McLaurin. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Gibson here running out of the gun. And some room to run now. And he's going to have a 1st down here. They're also in a field goal range now at the 27-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing now, Wilson on 1st down. This one left side caught by Gibson. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Throwing is Wilson. Steps away to his left. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Sly able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Prescott off play action. He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
He was out there waving his arms. When you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
It's a gain of just a couple there, but it's enough to get him the first.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Washington defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. The tight end in motion right. A first down throw for Prescott. Flush to his right. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
The goal is certainly to try and make a big play happen and climb back into this game, but you have to be careful. If you overdo it, you could turn it over and hurt your team.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. It'll be a handoff to Pollard. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop his shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he will have a Cowboys first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4.
On 3rd down, that's a good job of situational football and understanding where the first down marker was and getting there.
A couple couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Here's Pollard again. And he's got some space here. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. 78 yards rushing for him so far in this one as he nears 1,400 for the year. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Prescott. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner.
Touchdown! Jake Ferguson, 28 yards. And the Cowboys are back within a score. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. But I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that momentum stays in your camp.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a first down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
Gibson gets hit and he fumbles it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
I'm not quite sure what he thought he saw there, but the reality was certainly a much different picture than what he anticipated. And give credit to the defense. They were down on the flash when he broke out of there, and they forced him out with almost nothing to show for his efforts.
38.
From the gun, it's a run for Freeman. And he's going to be taken down at the 39, clearly short of the first by a few yards. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Ready, set.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. Completes it to Samuel. And he is going to have a Washington first down. They didn't get a lot, but they do convert on 4th. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
Yellow, go. 6, mega.
So a moment to catch our collective breath after the 4th down conversion. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Set, ready.
the 34 now. Here's 1st and 10. On the draw, it's Gibson. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to have another 1st down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 23. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
Ready.
Straight ahead, Gibson. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. 60 yards rushing for him here as he starts to draw closer to a 1,000-yard campaign.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there, and on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Gibson will get about halfway there as he takes this from the 4 down to the 2. And give him 2 yards officially, and now it'll be 3rd and goal.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
Here we go.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Robinson will take this one in. Touchdown, Washington. That makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, it's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
The extra point by Sly is up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.